Good morning, everybody. Thank God there's another Friday here. It's an amazing feeling to know that you don't have to go to work tomorrow. So I want to say a few things about leading and guiding your heart today. It's so important that we know what is going on inside of us. There's a scripture in Deuteronomy 8 that's such a good picture for us when Moses was leading or God was leading through Moses, the children of Israel, out from Egypt into the wilderness. And in the first couple verses, he says, I have led you out here so that you would know what was in your heart. So they were on a pathway or a journey to discover what was really on the inside. And we have to understand that in this life we have to lead our heart and not follow our heart. One of the worst things you can do is follow the direction or the appetites of your own human carnal heart. We have desires and things in us for things that are not good for us. That's part of our fallen condition. So we have to recognize those appetites and strive to control them, even with things like natural food. Nobody likes it when I talk about this kind of stuff in church, but you have to, when it comes to things like fasting and prayer, anytime you start even thinking about fasting, you get hungry just thinking about it. But we have been programmed by society, just simple fact that we cannot control what we put in our mouth. You and I are sick and diseased because we eat too much and we eat the wrong things because we crave and we have an appetite for all the kind of nasty, disgusting foods that are basically shoved in our face as, hey, this is good, but it's really like eating poison. So we have to have enough of a conviction that we can control what we physically put into our mouths. If you can't control what you put in your mouth, and if you can't fast for a half a day or a day, which is extremely good for you, for your soul and for your body, by the way, if you can't do that, what hope do you have in being able to lead and guide your heart? In Mark 7, there's some interesting verses that talk about all that defile the man. I think it's around Mark 7:21 to 23 or so. It talks about, Jesus is talking to the Pharisees, and he's saying everything that defiles a man comes from within that man or that woman. It comes out of the heart. So we can't trust what's in our heart. Jeremiah 17 says that how does it put it? The heart is desperately wicked and deceitful above all things. Who can know it? Then it goes on to say, I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins. So what he wants us to know is what is in us. Part of getting saved and getting transformed and changed is to know what is it inside of you that is different than God. And he wants to know what it is that leads you in the wrong direction, that seduces you to go in pathways that are not good for you. There's a place in the beginning of Genesis that talks about the serpent being more subtle than any beast of the field. And I know this is a little bit of a fiery comment, but people think there was an actual serpent talking to Adam and Eve, or talking to Eve, an actual serpent outside of themselves. But all of that is symbolic language. There was a deceitful and a subtle and corrupt part of them, a part of their conscience that was trying to lead them and direct them. A part of that, this is a result of free will, by the way. You can choose to reject God. There was a part of them that was questioning God and saying, is God really, is he keeping something from me? Is he preventing me from having some fun or enjoying something good? But all of that is a part of that heart that longs after. David said, my soul cleaves after the dust. Quicken thou me according to your word. So we have to not follow our hearts. We have to lead our hearts. We have to guide and direct our own steps and really tell ourselves what we're going to do and what we're not going to do. You cannot follow your own appetites. You cannot follow your own direction. You have to trust in the Lord to give you direction. If I just only ate what I wanted from day to day, I would live entirely on chocolate chip cookies. That's what my flesh wants. But I have to say no cookies for you, mister. And that you can apply that to all other parts of life. The more you can control what your mind and your body does through the strength that God gives you. I'm not talking about self-mastery or self-discipline outside of God's help and God's guidance and the strength that God gives. Of course, self-discipline doesn't get you saved, but you have to exercise some self-discipline to be able to control your heart from leading you in the wrong directions. This is your responsibility and my responsibility. Jesus said, if you're going to come after me, you must deny yourself, take up your cross, and follow me. All of that deny yourself, you have to be diligent in doing that from day to day. You have to deny the appetites of that carnal flesh in all of its little subtle ways that it tries to lead you in pathways that will take you away from God. So just to kind of wrap this up, I'm really encouraging people this year specifically, fast and pray. Spend time, get comfortable fasting and praying. Get comfortable on your knees. This is what is necessary to take control of your life, and it will absolutely make you stronger. When you learn to discipline yourself and fast and pray, you'll be amazed at how strong your mind and your appetite is when you start telling yourself, no, you're not going to eat for a day or 2 days. When you start telling yourself, no, I'm not feeding you. You are not controlling me. I'm controlling you, and I'm not going to feed you for a day or 2. You'll start understanding how strong the influence of this flesh is. God bless you. Fast and pray. Spend time on your knees each and every day. Have a great weekend.